Hello, hello, hello. Something new going on. Hi there. I'm at this present moment talking to myself because I'm trying out something new and I'm really not sure if it works. So there's going to be one way to find out. I'm just going to check in and watch myself. Hello. Something new going on. Hi there. And just watch myself on Facebook. So I can see that it's working, which is fantastic. And I can tell that it's looking quite good actually. So I just thought I'd share with you guys and see what's going on. And yeah, knowing that it's restreaming. And oh, it's even picking up captions. Although it seems to have doubled over for some reason. I'm not quite sure why it's done that. That could be on my phone or it could just be the way it's working on the screen. Who knows? We'll see. It could be just my phone. And anyway, I hope you're bearing with me while we do this, because the thing is, when you do something new and you're not technologically minded like me, and you find something that you think will benefit you being seen out there on social media, and you think, oh, I'll just try that, I'll give it a whirl and see what it's doing. And yeah, the only way to test it out is to actually go live and just check that it's working and seeing what's going on. So it seems to be, and I don't know what's happened to the captions. So maybe you can see them on yours, I don't know, maybe not, who knows. It would be nice if we had captions, because I like that when you watch a video and you can see the captions scrolling across the bottom. It looks good. So yeah, I just thought I'd try this and see what's going on. So thank you for bearing with me while I do this little testing out of this live with this new Restream, as it's called, and see what it brings in for me. And then I'll get distracted while I'm checking it out on Facebook. I am still live, Deborah. Is it still working? Can you see me? Just let me know if you can see me. Because I can type as well. So that's good. Yes, I am. I am here and it's looking good so far. And it's even, oh my goodness, it's even streaming to my YouTube channel, which is going to be amazingly fun. Oh, dearie me. I'm just, when you watch it, can you see captions? Because just now it looked like there was captions and pictures clear. Woohoo! Awesome. I'm loving this testing out. Thanks, Deborah, for popping in and helping me with this. So just now it seemed to start to stream captions across the bottom, and now it's not doing it. So I don't know if that was just a mad moment, or I did something that I shouldn't have done, or I did something I should have done. Oh, I tell you, it's called Restream Deborah, and it's brilliant. This is my first time of using it. It's taken me a few minutes to work out the nuances of it. There's still things that I'm not quite sure about. And here comes Peaches. She's joining us now. So yeah, and obviously messages are on the right, on my right, and they're coming up on the screen as well, aren't they? I'm not quite sure how that's happened. Maybe there's a setting I can change to stop that happening as well. But I quite like it. I don't know. What do you think? Because I can see that as I'm looking at my screen, I've got sort of the video screen and the chat messages coming out, but I've also got a separate section actually on the laptop, which I can see now and see them in. Yeah, it's great. I think I'm going to like using this once I've got the hang of it and can work out how to get it going on stuff. Oh, it says captions are auto-generated, so maybe. Oh, there we go. It seems to be doing something. Anyway, can you see captions as you're looking at it? Because as I'm watching it on my phone, I don't know if you can see, the captions are all scrolling across the bottom there, so they were maybe just catching up on what I've been saying. Oh yes, they do. I'm like a kid in the candy store now with a new toy. This is great. it. And anybody that comes in and watches this as a replay is going to think, crazy woman. Oh dear. Oh, well, I don't know why you. Okay, so no, you can't see the captions. That's interesting because they are showing on me as I'm looking, unless it's just for the phone, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? That's going to be the other thing as well, is downloading it to my phone and then working out how to work it from the phone as well. I'm doing that. That'll be awesome. Anyways, so I'm here now anyway, so now I know it's working, and somebody, one lovely soul, my beautiful friend Deborah, can see me. I'm sure others might find us in a few moments or two while we're waiting. So hopefully those of you that had a lovely bank holiday yesterday, hope you enjoyed it, had a nice time off. Mine was a different day. It was lovely. It was really nice. And had a friend come visit as well, so that was lovely to see her. Not seen her for in person probably about 3 years, maybe, possibly even a bit longer. But now it's just, I'm not sure if you can invite Deborah. I haven't worked that one out yet. I don't think we can on this one, but I've got to look through all the, look through all the nuances of it and see. And I'm sure, I'm just going to play with the screen a minute, so just bear with me. I don't know if it will change things as I'm live or not, or whether it, if you have to, no, I think you have to select it before you go live, because there's different types of screens that you can have as well. This one's called Cinema, and it just gives you that lovely little star background, which I thought was quite apt for me. Oh no, no more rain. Don't want any more rain. Just want sunshine, please. Sunshine. I'm going away next, not next week, the week after. So, I don't know why that's strange, but anyway, who knows. So where were we? Yes, so I'm off away week after next for a couple of weeks, going to the lovely Cheshire area, so that will be nice. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to have a change of scenery, I think is the word, other than looking out of my window onto my lovely garden and just seeing. Talking of gardens, I met my frog. Random as it may seem, I met my frog out of the pond when I was doing the garden. It decided to jump on my foot. Lovely. Oh, bless you. Yeah, wrong 2 weeks maybe, but sometimes it's nice just to have that time off, isn't it? And just to sit, relax, and chill. And catch up. Hi Betty, lovely to see you. Thanks for popping in. You found me as well, so that's awesome. So it's definitely working then, this live streaming from this program. Which is really, I think it actually looks quite nice, doesn't it, with that lovely star background. I like it. I think I'm going to do this more often. As you said, as I say, I don't know if I can invite people in yet, but we'll work on that one. Just for now, we'll practice with the lives. The only thing is I can only set it to go to certain pages and things. So when I do the 5 days for Archangels, that will just be live in the group and it won't be anywhere else. It won't be streamed anywhere else. And I'm getting really nervous and really excited about preparing for next week and bringing that forward for everybody. So I'm sitting with the angels and asking them for guidance and help to see what we can do. And so I've got ideas formulating, and yeah, I think it's going to be really good. I'm looking. Oh, hi Carol, lovely to see you. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find some nice pictures to take depending on the weather and where we go out. But where I'm going, the friends that I'm staying with, they'll both be working anyway, so but I'm sure we'll get to go out a couple of times or something. Oh, fantastic. Did you? Oh, that's brilliant, Deborah. Oh, I'm so excited for you. How wonderful is that? Oh, my goodness. You want to share? Can you share? Will you share? I love it when we meet our dragons and our angels and our unicorns and all the elementals. It's just wonderful, isn't it? So, yeah. Meeting your dragon is so much fun. That's so good. Excuse me, guys, I'm just enjoying a nice cup of coffee. I've not long got back in. I'm going out when my son took me shopping, so just got out and I've got something in the oven, getting ready for my tea. So, because I really genuinely only did just pop on to just check this worked and to see how it went, but now I'm here and I've got some conversation going. It's nice just to stay. So I'm going to share my coffee with you. And it's a lovely vanilla coffee, percolated, and then some fresh cream. Ooh, what a better way than to drink coffee with a big dollop of fresh cream. I used to not do that. I used to just drink coffee with my oat milk and things like that. But then I was talking to a friend who follows the keto diet. And with the keto diet, you don't use milk, you use cream in your drinks, because apparently the fat in the cream helps you absorb things better and metabolize the fats better. So I thought, I'll see. I don't do diets as such, but I just thought, I like that. That's a good reason to have cream in your coffee. And yeah, I must admit, since changing over to using cream and using butter, I still drink my oat milk, obviously. I make my own oat milk as well. But I don't know whether it's just coincidental or whether it has had an impact, but I have noticed that I'm not storing as much body fat as I used to. So, yeah, you know, for us ladies that know about the muffin tops, etc. It seems to be helping. So yeah, I agree, Beth, and that's why I'm saying I don't do the diets as such. I've never been one for going into diets. I believe that healthy eating, finding the right nutritional balance, a little bit of exercise in whatever form it takes for you, and just being aware of what you eat is the way to do it. You know, everybody tries different diets, don't they? And they work for so long because the body adjusts to the metabolism. But then, of course, once it's got used to it, it just changes back. And if you do those sort of diets where you eat less and less, then the body goes into starvation mode and thinks it's not going to get fed. So it starts to use up what's stored. But then, of course, when you start eating properly again, then you start to metabolize and a bit of weight goes back on. So it's that sort of, I see it as a vicious circle. And I'm sure there's people out there who will say diets work great and work great for them. And that's fantastic. You know, we all have to make our own choices and do what's right for us. But to understand really the truth of it is good, healthy nutrition, exercise, and the right balance of what you do. And that will help you with your dietary needs. I'm just having a quick look at the comment. So green with a golden back. Oh, lovely. Oh, and has he or she given you a name yet? Yeah. It's great, isn't it, when you go for a wander around the universe? Yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely whole foods, no processed foods. Oh, Beth, I didn't know that. Oh, bless you. You can function very well on one kidney, though, if you look after everything and take care of it. But that's the same with anything, isn't it? That's the same with any nutrition, body, health issues. If you look after yourself, look after your health, and take care of everything, then everything should work fine. Oh, so was that a congenital or something that required surgery, Beth? And you look very well on it. I had the lovely opportunity and blessings to chat to Beth yesterday. We had a lovely time. It was really nice. Just having a lovely conversation, communing with the angels and the fairies as they came in, and it was perfect. Oh, good. I look forward to hearing the name, Deborah. My dragon, when mine came to me and she arrived, I'll share with you. as we're talking about dragons, why not? Yeah, I went on a spiritual retreat. It was where I met my mentor, who looked after me, trained me, worked with me, not just myself, but with others, but with me as well, for over a year. And during one of those retreats, I met a lovely guy called Alan, who he was a druid, and he did a lot of work with dragons and the Merlin energy and Saint Germain and all of that. So he came along and started joining the course, and he was invited to teach us how to work with the dragon energies, meditate with them, work with the sort of wizardry energies. And yeah, so he took us on this dragon meditation, and we were sat round a campfire, and each of us were gifted with our dragon, and mine appeared as a little teeny tiny egg in the palm of my hand. And as I was sat in meditation with this egg in my hand, it slowly hatched, and this baby dragon appeared from it, and it was bright yellow. And she came and sat. The egg just disappeared. She sat in the palm of my hand, and that was it. She was just teeny tiny. And then a few weeks later, sorry, Peaches has just heard the dog in the garden, next door's garden, barking. So she's leapt like a pocket rocket off the sofa. So the next meditation we did, when we met up again the following month, we went and did the dragon meditation, and she came back and she'd grown. She was sort of the size of a toddler, I suppose. And each time I meditated with her, she just got a bit bigger and a bit bigger. And then we didn't connect for probably a few years after that. And then I did a meditation, and out of nowhere in she came, this fully grown dragon, absolutely huge and yellow with lovely gold sparkles about her. And she gave me a name, and she's called Tewanu, and she spelled it out, and it was Tewahnu. So that's my dragon. And ever since then, I've collected dragon ornaments. Well, not lots of them, but the ones that I'm drawn to particularly, I don't know if you've ever seen them. They're made out of like mango wood, and they're all hand carved. So I've got a selection of dragons, and I'm sat looking at them now in the house. So yeah, that was it. Ah, bless you, Beth. So that's been something that you'll have adjusted to as you've grown up then. But it certainly doesn't look as if it's ever impacted on your lifestyle. They are amazing creatures. I love watching anything about any movies about dragons. I'm there watching it, you know, whether it's the children's Disney ones, or Train My Dragon, or the Hobbit and the Desolation of Smaug, which I've just been watching again. You know, even those. I think one of my favourites was, I think it was Dragonheart with Sean Connery in it. That was a beautiful. They're just beautiful. But as a child, I absolutely loved the story in the movie Pete's Dragon. Don't know if any of you remember that one. And then there's Puff the Magic Dragon as well. So yeah, dragons are just a huge part, aren't they? And never ending story. See, there's just loads of them everywhere, isn't there? We just love it. Absolutely love it. It's great. And it's so nice when you connect with that energy. When you connect with that dragon, when you connect with any energies, but when you connect with the dragon energy, it has a whole different vibration, and it just feels different. But I find it very supportive, very protective, very strengthening is what I want to say. I know, but even so, it was still a lovely song. Puff the Magic Dragon. You know, when you heard it as a child, you didn't even know what it was about, did you? I just loved it. It just conjured up such, I don't know, lovely images for me when I used to hear that song. And the other thing, of course, is Magic. Oh, now we're on a roll, aren't we? Children's programs, Magic Roundabout with Dylan, and that was all about sort of magical weed as well, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, Carol, yeah, Merlin's great. And all the different versions of Merlin as well. I don't think I've found one yet of a Merlin movie that really struck me as being, apart from the Disney one. I really like that one. Although if you've watched the series Merlin when he's a young man, that's quite good. I like that. Yeah. So there's been lots. Oh, Beth, you have been. Yeah. And there'll be many more years to come, I'm sure. Make you cry. It's funny, isn't it, what makes us cry? What was I watching? I was watching it was when I was watching Lord of the Rings again the other day. I sat and watched all 3 of them. I had this dream. I'll share this as well, because it's interesting how dreams are inspirational, but also very enlightening, I suppose, when you can tune into what you're dreaming about and what's coming through. And I had this dream the other night that I was stood up in a room, but I was also at the same time laid down on a bed. And as I was laid on the bed and stood up, so I was looking at things, I suppose, and the way it came to me was I was seeing something from 2 perspectives. But at the time, I didn't realise that's what it was about. So there I was laid on my bed and I was stood up and I was looking at the wooden floor, and there was like this bundle of fluff on the floor, or what looked like a ball of fluff. And as I looked at it more closely, I realised that it was a spider, but the spider was like in this cocoon of fluff. And then out of nowhere, and I'm not scared of spiders, so I apologise if anybody is, but it's what it was about. And then out of nowhere, this great big spider came out with long legs, sort of angled up, almost, in that arch shape, and with little pointy bits. And it was poking at the spider on the floor. And as I watched, I was like, that little spider's me. And then I realised that I could hear the little spider going, ouch, 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 in like a little really high-pitched squeak. And then the big spider stopped doing what it was doing, scuttled away, and then it came back again. And then when I thought about it, when I woke up and I was sat sort of reflecting about it, I realised I'm doing some work at the moment where I'm working on some of my own healing as well. And Tales of the Riverbank, yeah, love that as well. So I'm doing some inner work for myself, and particularly because of what's taken place over the last year, and certainly around, issues of finance and things like that. So I've been doing this inner work, and I realised that for a long while, I've been cocooning my own feelings. So this little spider laid there all wrapped up in this cocoon was that. And then the bigger spider was coming out and prodding the little one to bring it into awareness that it could have feelings, even though it was making it say ouch. So for me, the relevance of that dream was that it's time for me to come out of my cocoon and allow myself to feel, and by doing that, I'm going to do the healing work to release whatever emotions I've been, keeping wrapped up, if you like. And then while I thought about it, I was like, that reminds me of the spider in Lord of the Rings when she catches Frodo, and she wraps Frodo up. She stings Frodo to make him go numb, and so that he's not aware of what's happening. And then she wraps it, spins him in this web. So, and that's what the big spider that came out was doing. It was spinning me in this web to cocoon me, but then it was prodding me to sort of say, come on, you're aware, you've got feelings you need to feel, you need to open up, you need to work on healing these feelings and these emotions. And it was just really interesting how all that came out just from that dream. And then I went and watched Lord of the Rings, and at the point that I saw the spider wrapping Frodo up, I burst into tears. So I had a lovely releasing episode through watching Lord of the Rings again. So, Deborah, you need to watch the whole thing right from, there's The Hobbit's Tale, which is like, I think 3 movies, and that leads up to what then goes on to become Bilbo Baggins' story of The Hobbit. And then from The Hobbit, you go on to Lord of the Rings. I mean, you don't have to watch them like that in that order. Because I remember reading Lord of the Rings when I was probably about 12, 13 years old. Absolutely loved it. You know, my mum said I couldn't get you to go to sleep on a night because you had your nose in the book, just reading it. I always remember thinking then, oh my God, this would make such an amazing movie. I hope it gets, not ever thinking it would, but you know, at 12 years old. And then I suppose, what was it, 10, 15, maybe 20 years later, it was actually made into movies. I was over the moon, you know, to find that one of my favourite books had been turned into movies that I can watch over and over again now. So yeah, so that was, I don't know what led me into that perception of talking about that, but yeah, so that was my dream and how I translated it and everything. That was really good. So anyway, I think I've rabbited on enough about perhaps not much at all, but it's just nice to share, isn't it? And I only came on to test out this Restream. Was it the same? Yeah, actually, do you know, it was, and it is. I think, I can't remember his name, Peter somebody is the producer of it all. And without going back and reading the book, I wouldn't say that it's word for word what Tolkien wrote, because Tolkien wrote in I wouldn't say an old-fashioned way, but it was very, the nearest I could say for me, reading Lord of the Rings, it was a bit, because it was fantasy and I loved it, it was easy to read, but it was akin to like reading War and Peace, if that makes sense, in the way that it was written, to the best of my recall anyway. And for some it could be quite heavy, it could be quite a heavy read, but I just loved it because it was all fantasy and dragons and magic and, you know, elves and all of that. So yeah, but it's, and for me the movies are very true to the book. Yeah, very. So yeah, I've read The Hobbit as well. I've read all, I haven't, the only ones I don't know if there are books about with The Hobbit's Tale, the 3 ones where the dwarves go to find their home and they have to deal with Smaug the dragon. I don't know if there is a book, I haven't read those books, but I've definitely read The Hobbit and definitely read the trilogy for Lord of the Rings. Yeah, so love them all. So I'm just going to leave us all with, some words of wisdom. Seeing as So our first little words of wisdom are, the angels are the patrons of human guidance, which is lovely because it's what I'm connecting with, and I'm doing a lot of imagery with angels and things like that as well. So at the moment I'm producing pictures for posting. I think some of you've seen some of them, the little Kuan Yin picture with the chakra of crystals, but then I'm doing like angels as well alongside it. So yeah, and we've got the lovely Archangel Gabriel coming in as well. So that's just beautiful for me, because I was having a chat with a lady earlier today. I've just done one of her little 5-day events, and she works very much from the soul perspective, and we had a conversation earlier today about it and about calling in the angels, and just really starting some interest in that. I'm wearing a gold coloured jumper as well. It's probably more in mustard yellow, but you know, so very much affirmation for me that Gabriel's around, who's the messenger angel, and I need to sit and do a little bit of some meditation around what's going to take place next week particularly, but also what's taking place for me as well, what I'm manifesting and working towards. and bringing into fruition. So I'm really excited and very, very nervous as well at some level. So I may pop on again a bit later on this evening and do some readings. Who knows? It's 20 to 7 now. I need to go and check the potato in the oven. It's probably shrunk now to a crisp. But anyway, who knows? So thank you everybody for being here, for coming in, checking out what's going on, staying with me, listening to me, and having a chat, because it's just so lovely to share and have a conversation, isn't it? And just see you guys. So I will pop it. I will say goodbye. Thank you so much for being here, and much love to you all. Bye.